Welcome. Thank you for joining us with another episode of Glorified Bodies TV. As always, I'm your wonderful host, Sam Alexander. And today we want to talk about fitness or exercise routines that you can do for elderly clients or senior citizens. As most of us know, the senior citizen population is really growing. It's growing leaps and bounds. And people are living a lot longer and enjoying life a lot longer. So one thing we want to do is to help people in their fitness along the way, because we know that our body is a precious thing and we want to take care of it as long as we can. So today we're going to go over some simple steps, or simple exercises I should say, that you can continue to do. And you don't really need a lot of equipment, you don't really need a lot of things to do these exercises. You could be at home, you could be in the hotel room, you could be in the gym, wherever, but it'll help keep you strong and keep your muscles active as you grow older and live longer. Okay, so the first thing we want to do, we're going to our first exercise. And our first exercise is going to be simply standing and rising. Just that. All righty, okay. Yeah, so as we said, the first exercise is going to be standing and rising. And you may ask yourself, okay, why is he on the floor? Well, you'll understand as I go. So the first thing that you want to do is, and let me put this disclaimer out first. With any exercises or anything that you're doing physical, always make sure that you have the authority or permission from the doctors or whoever your health care providers are that would say that it's okay for you to do certain exercises, because a lot of these put stress on the heart and you have to, breathe and all those things like that. So we want to make sure that we're doing everything right. We don't want to go over this person to do that. So we want to make sure that that's clear. You do everything according to whatever your healthcare provider is telling you that it's okay to do it. So like I'm saying, if the first thing is standing and rising, so you may be asking yourself, why is he on the floor? But we want to simulate something. And this is very easy to do. And it's preparing you as when you are standing and when you're sitting. So the first thing you want to do is, if you're capable, you want to get down on all fours in this nature, just like this. And you just want to simply rock back. Just rock back. Make sure your arms are straight. Your hands are aligned with your shoulders. Just like this. We just rock back. Back and forth. Now you're asking yourself, why we do that? Now I'm going to show you. And the reason being is, I take this stability ball, or you can use a chair. I would prefer a stability ball because you activate all your stabilizing muscles. And the better thing to do if you're by yourself, make sure you press the ball up against a wall or something like that. Or if somebody's with you, they can just hold the ball as you're doing this. And if you notice, as I stand, I use the same muscles that I was using as I was sitting and rocking back. Rocking back. Repetition is always the best thing with anything that you do. The more you do something, the more you know it, the better you are at it. So just as I was rocking back, in this position on the ground on all fours, I'm using the same muscles, and it's the same position as if I was on my all fours and you just flip me this way. Now I'm sitting. So just imagine me on all fours just like this. I'm in the same position. Head straight. I got a straight spine. Head straight up. Legs are bent. Knees are down. Feet down. Now flip me this way. Now I'm sitting. I'm in a sitting position. And my posture is still erect. So we rise straight up. And that's what we want to practice. We want to practice rising straight up. And what does that build? It builds your posture. And it works with all your muscle systems. And the main thing is, it prepares you. So if you ever notice, some people, they got to kind of rock and push off their legs, or they kind of do these numbers to stand up. So these are the things we want to avoid. And it's a simple exercise that you can do down on all fours. And we just simply here, there, back down, there. So that's the first one. That's the first exercise that you can do, and it prepares you to continue to live a long, healthy life. It seems simple, but it goes a long way. So that was the first exercise, and we're going to move to exercise number 2. All righty. So the second exercise that we want to work on is the pulling exercise. And this strengthens our back muscles and our biceps. A lot of things that we do, especially in our posture, is through our back
actually from our whole kinetic chain, from our feet to our knees, to our hip area, on up through our spine, our shoulders, into our head. And everything pretty much is dealing with posture. And we know that as we get older, balance is a huge thing, because we always hear about older people falling or the tendency to fall. So we want to make sure that these muscles are stable and strong as we get older. Because just as we get older, you know, they say we get better as wine gets better as it gets older. Then hey, we just declare that for people as we get older, we get better. All right now. So, but these are some exercises that we can use and continue to do to help strengthen us and keep our muscles strong. Because this, I was saying earlier, that our stabilizer muscles are the muscles that support us and keep us and give us balance. Those are the stabilizer muscles. And most of the time, people are more concerned with the prime movers, meaning the muscles that you see with the guys all ripped up, or the ladies looking nice and trim, the prime mover muscles like the chest muscle and the thighs and those things like that, and the glutes. But it's the muscles underneath that hold everything together. And those are the things that really count and matter as we get older, because they are stabilizers. They're the stabilizing muscles. So all the exercises that we're doing, they really focus on keeping us stable. So with this one, we're working on our back and a little bit of our biceps here, but it's mainly our back muscles. And the reason why our back muscles is to keep that rounding effect away. We don't want that as we get older. We have a tendency, you know, if we don't use things, it's almost, if you put something away, if you neglect it, then that's exactly what happens. It's no longer for use, and it tends to it gets weak or feeble. So we want to continue to keep using these muscles. So this is an exercise to prevent us from rounding our shoulders and humping over. And it's a simple exercise that we can do. You can either do it with bands, or you can grab a pole, just as in this nature, and pull yourself this way. And it doesn't take a lot of weight to do these things. Actually, you can just do it with body weight. It's just like this. And it keeps our our upper back muscle strong to avoid this. But a lot of times, the more resistance, the better. So we get resistance bands, and we always want to be safe with whatever we're doing with our resistance bands. You don't want them too extended out, because now we're in a place to where it's unsafe. Because if you let this go, it will snap back, and it can possibly break and snap and hit you. So you don't want too much resistance, but just enough. Just enough. So we're right here at a point to where it's just enough resistance, and you simply pull it towards you. Pull it towards you. Pull it towards you, just like this. Now again, you know, you may say it looks simple. Well, remember, simple goes a long way when we do it with a lot of repetition. That's the key, a lot of repetition. A lot of repetition, because as you do this, you strengthen your muscles. Your stabilizers, and not only your stabilizers, you exercise those prime mover muscles that I was talking about, and synergistic muscles as well. But our key and our focus on this teaching is stabilization, balance, stabilizing muscles. So this is just as simple, easy, that you can do at home or anywhere else. You know, you grab something in your house, even if you don't have resistance bands, and you pull yourself towards it. Lean back, pull yourself towards it. Lean back, pull yourself towards it. And even for people that can't stand, you can sit in the chair and do the same movement. You can sit down in the chair and pull yourself, and you're using the same muscles. So that was exercise number 2. Now we're going to move on to exercise number 3. Alrighty. Okay, so now we're on exercise number 3. And with this exercise, we need some type of resistance band with this exercise. And you need something that you can wrap it around. So it may be, actually they have the resistance bands where you can put them between your door. It's a niche. At this time I don't have them, but this is also a way that you can do it. You can wrap them around something like this, and make sure you get a good tie on it to where it's strong. And then as many times as you wrap it around that you want, to make sure you get a good resistance in it, because you need the resistance when we're doing this exercise. And the reason we're doing this exercise is we want to build core strength. Your core strength is so important. We always talk about the core of something, the inward part of something, and it's just as important with our own physical body as it is with anything else. Get to the core of the matter, or get to the meat of the matter. So that's what we were talking about here. We want to get to some exercise or do some exercises that will help strengthen your core. Now with this one, again, you can do this sitting and you can do it standing. We prefer standing because not only is it engaging your core, but it's also causing you to get a squat in your legs and get a little strength and the power out of your glutes and through your hamstrings and even in your calf muscles with a strong base of support. But with this exercise, we simply want to wrap our resistance band around something to get enough resistance or tension to where we're in a position here and we simply come across here. Now again, this may seem simple and you're like, well, what would this do? How is this helping you? Remember, this stabilization, this is stabilizing muscles. So we want to get the inner oblique muscles, internal oblique, not the exterior, the ones that we see, the six-pack and all those things like that. There's muscles on the inside as well. And those are the ones that keep us strong, keep us standing upright. The muscles you don't see. Remember, it's always the things that you don't see or the people behind the scenes that are really doing the work. And it's the same thing with your body. It's the muscles that are behind the scenes that are doing all the work. So we want to talk about simple exercises that we can do that can keep you strong and in your core. You come across here. You want to make sure that you're stable. Your body is always facing forward. And you bring it across. Bring it across. Across. And then we just switch sides to this side and do the same thing from the other side. So that's the third exercise. And remember, we can do the same thing as sitting in a chair. Now you won't get the support in the lower body, but it's still with the upper body, just as if I was sitting. You get the same exercise and strengthen your core muscles. So that's the third exercise that we want to show you and prepare you. That way you can do these things anywhere. You can do them at your home, anywhere, wherever you go. But we got one more thing we want to show you, and hopefully it'll help you out. Alrighty. So this is the final exercise that we want to show you. And this is a simple exercise that you can do, and it would help strengthen your chest and your arms to keep them good and solid as we do get older in age. Now the reason why we're closer to the wall is because we want to simulate a push-up. Now if you're able to get down and do a push-up, then hey, go right ahead. I encourage you. But if you're not, this is still something that you can do to make sure that you keep your muscles in your chest area engaged and also in your triceps and even some in your anterior deltoids in this part of your arms right here to keep these muscles engaged and strong. So I simply just want to line up right up on a wall, get enough area off to where you're not all the way extended, not fully extended, but just a little bend in your elbows. And you just look straight ahead, lean forward, and you push yourself off. Lean forward and push yourself off. Lean forward and push yourself off. And this is a simple exercise that you can do, once again, anywhere. And it gives you the ability and opportunity to work your muscles in your chest and in your arms. So I thank you for joining us. As always, like I said, we want to give you all the information that we can to help you on your fitness goals, that you can be successful in everything that you're trying to do in the health, wellness, and fitness model. I thank you, Sam Alexander, and I'll see you again.